I'm Chef Dev Rajkumar, Blue Goose Ambassador. I relate well to Blue Goose because of the way that they treat the animals. There's no animal byproducts, no antibiotics, no hormones. It's just a great product to align myself with. As a chef, it's very important that I remain ethical in my practices. Today we're going to be cooking a whole roasted chicken with roasted garlic, lemons, thyme, and saffron. This is a delicious dish that anybody can make at home. It'll take approximately an hour to an hour and a half, depending on your oven temperature, but I can't wait to get started. This is delicious. The first step when you're making this dish is to take your saffron and add it into a pan on low heat. We're going to toast this until fragrant. It should take about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, but you'll know when you smell that intense aroma. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. The saffron has become nice and fragrant. I'm going to add this to a mortar and pestle. The mortar and pestle currently contains just black and red peppercorns, and I'm going to give this a good mix. The scent is just incredible. Once I break this down, I'm going to add this to a bowl here, and this is going to be our mix that we rub down our whole chickens with. The next step is to take the thyme, and we're going to take it and just pull right down to remove all those leaves. If the top goes in, that's okay, but it's the bottom, the woody part, that you don't want in there. You want to be quite generous with the thyme because we have a whole bird that we are seasoning here. Okay, so right now we have our peppercorns, we have our thyme, and we have the beautiful saffron, which has been toasted off in our bowl. Next, we have to add our roasted garlic. To roast the garlic, it's actually quite simple. I have a piece of foil, and all I've done was just trimmed off the tops of the garlic bulb. I'm gonna drizzle over the top, and you want it to just really soak into all those pores that are in there. And then I'm just gonna take my finger and just re-ensure that that happened. And I'm gonna take this and fold it up completely. 400 degrees in your oven for about 30 to 35, maybe even 40 minutes. You can check it after 30 minutes, then you'll be left with a product similar to this. We're going to take a couple of these cloves here. I'm just going to put it towards the edge of my cutting board. I'm going to take a little bit of salt and sprinkle that over here. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife, and the reason why it's off the cutting board is so my knife can rest flat. And I'm just going to break this up into a paste. Roasted garlic is a beautiful thing. So I'm just going to scrape all this up, and that goes into our bowl. We are going to add some butter, and we're also going to add some oil. So very powerful marinade, as you can see, but very simple. We're gonna add in a little drizzle of olive oil, and then next thing I wanna do is mix this together. So our next step is to take our Blue Goose organic whole bird here. This one is about 3.5 pounds. Wishbone has already been removed, which is just located here. This will make it easier for carving. What you want to do is get your finger carefully under the skin and over the breast. You do not want to puncture a hole in this, of course, and you want to separate that a bit because we're going to be putting a lot of our marinade into that space. You can also get over the legs as well. So very, very important that you do this for that marinade to penetrate everywhere. So that beautiful marinade that we made, I'm going to pour some of that over just like this. And I'm gonna massage this into everywhere, taking all that roasted garlic, saffron, peppercorn, thyme, all that beautiful flavor, and getting that all inside and over the skin. You can see my finger is under the skin, but over the leg. This will ensure that you have maximum flavor. It's very important that you generously season the inside of the cavity. Very, very important. And all around. It's nice to season from a height. The salt will disperse much better, and I'm using sea salt. So now that the chicken has been rubbed down, marinated, it's good to go. I'm just going to take this tray here, transfer my bird onto it. I have this on a roasting tray, and I have it on a wire rack. That's so the air can circulate all the way around the bird, and it'll give it a nice even heat distribution. As well, it'll catch all the drippings that fall back into it, and we can make a gravy or even just dip the bird into that natural juices that came off the chicken after. So your traditional trussing of a whole bird would end up in the bird looking like this. But in my experience, by the time the legs cook, the breast becomes way overcooked, as no heat can penetrate on the inside here when it's sealed up like this. So I just like to tuck the wings back, and I will leave the bird just like this. What we have to do as well is we need to add in some lemon into the cavity. So I'm gonna add a whole lemon, which I just chopped in half, and you almost wanna seal it a bit, and just like that. So here's our whole bird ready to go. It's gonna go into a preheated oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna insert a thermometer into the thickest part of the thigh, and when that reaches 165 Fahrenheit, we know that's the right time to take our bird out of the oven. So our chicken has been roasting for 1 hour. We will remove the lemon from the cavity, and I'm just gonna use the tongs, and we're gonna squeeze out all that delicious lemon flavor, which has soaked up all those natural flavors in the chicken. And this is the natural juice from the chicken, the saffron, the roasted garlic, the thyme, all of that goodness is gonna go in here. There are no store-bought gravies in this recipe. And here we are left with our natural chicken gravy. And there you have it, a simple, nutritious, delicious meal anybody can make at home. I'm Chef Devaraj Kumar. This is the whole roasted chicken with saffron, roasted garlic, lemon, and thyme.